What is going on, everybody, guys? It is I, Doc, and welcome back to another video. So, today, actually, this is the pilot episode for a new series that's going to be coming out on the channel, and it's the pilot episode for Freeform Friday. I did decide against the other name I had, which was Freestyle Friday, which kind of sounds like I'm a hip-hop channel, and I'm not. I don't want anybody to get that impression that they're going to come here and hear some epic, awesome freestyle, but that's really not going to happen. It's just Freeform Friday. It's going to be a three-part series where in the video we have three different sections that we go over. Section 1, of course, part 1 is going to be the introduction, like, hey, what's going on, and tell you guys, what's the gist of the video, some of the topics we're going to be having. Like today, we're going to be going over a little bit of gaming news, basically going to be covering some layoffs and people leaving some companies. We're going to talk, list a few people, and then we're also going to go into detail a few other funny stories that I personally think are funny. I want to incorporate gaming news into it because obviously we're a gaming channel, so some of this gaming news actually affects us. And in the future, whenever like more Minecraft patches come out, I'll try and cover patch notes in a video format like this, and I'll show videos on the screen of things in the game. But seeing that the patch, I don't want to cover this patch because there's a lot of people. I mean, there's going to be a lot of people doing it, but I haven't really messed around with this patch, so I'm not really well up to date on everything that's coming out with it. So just take part 1 this week, or part 1 in most weeks from here on. I'll be answering questions from this video, and also questions from Twitter. If you guys ask me questions on Twitter, and I will put them on next week's episode. So if you comment this episode, ask me any kind of question. If you want me to cover something next week, put it in the comment section below. And I will take that. I will do research on this topic that you want me to, talk about. And then I will cover that topic next week. And if you ask me a question about something, I will answer that question from the comment section this week, next week. So that way, it's every week, whenever I do this video, I'll be able to answer your questions, do the research, get the stories and everything that you guys want me to cover, and then we'll grow from here. So it's going to start off rough. It's always going to start off rough because I'm trying something I've never done before. I'm completely new to this. I'm new to doing videos in general. And then adding on the fact that I want to cover news and everything. It's hard enough to get me to focus. It's even harder to get me to focus reading while trying to write. Because I have this sheet of paper here. You can hear it. I was taking notes. And I took the notes and then I deciphered the notes into more detailed notes on the screen. So on my screen I have Notepad open, and that's what I'm using to keep notes, and I'm actually doing good at looking at the camera and not at the video. But I'm going to take a drink real quick because my throat's actually kind of hurting today. I work in a warehouse, and sometimes in the warehouse to get somebody's attention you got to yell, and sometimes my vocal cords get kind of hurt. But let's go ahead and do an introduction of who I am, because you guys still don't know who I am. I have not done a video to go over who I am, and I feel like it's about time. So, my name is Shane. I am a 21-year-old single father. I am a huge gamer. I've loved playing video games. Always have. Probably always will. The first video game that I remember playing was Mario Party 1. I used to play that game all the time with my mom and my dad and my brothers way back in the day. About, God, whenever the 64 first came out. That was the first console we had in our household, was the Nintendo 64, so yeah, it was a long time ago. And then I remember the next console we got was the Nintendo GameCube, and a game me and my brothers used to play. And what started a love for FPS games was Medal of Honor. And I think it was Medal of Honor. What was it? It was one of the World War II games. So it was one of the third or fourth game that they made. And I loved Medal of Honor. And I played that game all the time with my brothers. We had so much fun playing it. And then after that, we just started moving on in our own directions. We got, when the Xbox came out, we got the Xbox, started playing Halo, and it's just grown from there. I grew out of consoles, and I, stepped into PCs, and I've had a lot of fun with PCs. I do love PC gaming. I love the fact that there's so much for PC gaming. With consoles, it's pretty much, you do get games, but you don't get, the things you do with Steam and with PC games, because there's a lot of smaller companies that make PC games that are so much fun. And a lot of these startups can't afford to make games for the Xbox 360. They can't afford to make games for the Xbox One, PS4, PS3, Wii U, or anything like that. So a lot of them, you get a lot of them that start here, and it's great. Like one of the new companies that's come out here recently that I'm actually falling in love with is Greenheart Games, and they're the creators of Game Dev Tycoon. And them guys, that's an amazing game. That's really fun. I'm playing it now on the channel, but whenever that game I first heard about it, I did a little bit of reading on it, and that's actually, it's crazy. That game is so good for their first one, and it's actually ironic because it being their first game, and in the game you make games, so it's kind of a cool concept. I definitely I didn't enjoy games like that before, but that game is something I can really sink my teeth in because I don't think I've ever played games like that before. That game, it's something different. It really is. But, I mean, that's pretty much it on, gaming. I don't want to cover too much of gaming. Like I said, I am a single father. I have a 2-year-old son. I have full custody of my son. And whenever I'm not gaming and working, I'm actually hanging out with him. So, I try to do most of my gaming and stuff late at night. So, if you guys are wondering why some videos I'm kind of quiet, it's because on the other side of my monitor, the other side of the room, is a sleeping boy, and that's my son. And that's why, I mean, I got a bright light, the desk lamp pointed at me, and I got a curtain between me and him, so he can't get affected by my lights. And he's a heavy sleeper, like I was before I had a kid, so he sleeps through almost all the sounds, except for when I'm playing, like, FPS games. I try to record all my FPS games on the weekend, so usually on the weekend, I have a little bit of free time. So, I hope. Usually I try to see if I can't get away from an hour. I'll ask my brother or my mom or something, hey, can you watch my boy for a little bit so I can play and get this video done, and I try to get that done on the weekend. So, this first week has actually been kind of rough. 2 days in a row I forgot to upload the video before I actually headed to work, so 2 of the videos were kind of late. So, if you guys are wondering what happened there, it's my bad, won't happen again. But anyway, so let's go ahead and get into part 2 before we ramble on for the next 20 minutes. So, like I said, part 2 I want to cover gaming news, and there's a few things that kind of caught my attention, as you can say. It seems like with the gaming industry, as much as everything else, like right now in the United States and anywhere with any kind of industry, the gaming industry has been seeing a lot of hits. There's been a lot of people leaving, a lot of people quitting from companies. A few of them, they kind of left me like, wait a minute, what? So I mean, you got the lead designer of Infamous Second Son. He left Sucker Punch. The lead writer of Naughty Dog left. So he also, something I don't really care about. I'm not a big Xbox fan, but Xbox executive Mark Whiten, he stepped down. And then you got layoffs in Sony Santa Monica. They had a future plan coming out, but they got layoffs. And then PopCan, the creators of, Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare that just came out. I mean, the game came out February 25th, 2014. And just yesterday or the day before, they had DLC come out for the game. So it makes me kind of, it wasn't the HD department of theirs that got hit. It was actually the mobile games department. So I mean, EA says that the team that's on, Garden Warfare is unaffected, but still that's got to hit morale. Seeing that they're all working together and now some of them are gone. I know any situation where you have layoffs in any kind of company is going to affect people no matter what. You always got that friend that's not there anymore, and you get a familiar face you're used to working with all the time gone. Yeah, it's kind of screws things up. But anyways, let's lighten the situation. Let's take this dark tone off of it. You guys ever played SimCity? Have you guys ever played SimCity 4 Deluxe? So if you guys ever played SimCity 4 Deluxe, you know that the offline mode on that game works spectacular. But in 2013, when they released SimCity, the new HD version that came out that has multiplayer and then single player, and they updated a lot of things, and it looked really appealing until you heard the terms always on DRM. Or always online, DRM, whatever. It's a terrible feature that makes you always have to be connected to an internet connection in order to use the features of the game, even in the single player version of the game. Unless you illegitimately got a copy of the game, you are affected by this. But don't worry. After 1 year of the game being out. I mean, the game came out March 5th, 2013. And it is now January, February, March 19th. I had to count, yes, with my fingers. 3 months. January, February, March. So, I had to count that. Don't worry. But after 1 full year and a couple days, they finally are working on the fix. I don't know how long they've been working on it, but they are in the final stages of their new patch, which is the SimCity offline update. It's in the final stages. So if you guys have been wanting to buy this game or have had this game and you're just getting upset with the fact that you have to be connected to the internet in order to play it, don't worry. It's coming soon. I just thought that was hilarious. I knew it'd be something good to fix the darkened mood. But anyways, guys, it's going to get into the final. I'm just getting to the final part. This part 3 is just the finisher. Just wrap it up strong, and let's take this out. But I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in. Definitely tell me in the comments if you guys like this, if you guys want to see more of this, or any tips that you guys might have to make all this work better for you guys and work better for me, because I'm new to this myself, and I think it's a good thing. And I just want you guys to definitely give me your feedback. I'll continue to do this, and I'll get better at it time and time and time again after doing it for a while. But I'm just going to leave you guys with some funny bloopers that happened in the recording of this video. And that's how I'll finish out the video, with just some funny things that happened, stuff that could not quite make the final cut. But I do hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, peace out. Or SimCity Deluxe, SimCity 4s, I think is what it's called. I ruined that totally, but it's called SimCity 4. I keep messing it up. And what's going on next week? Trying to get you guys in as much of it as I can. So I mean, with all set aside, with all ado, I freaking hate myself sometimes.